Hello, everyone. Come on in for a card pull and a little chat this morning. I am excited today because this afternoon I begin working with my Mystic Business members that have joined in, and we are excited to get going. So at 1 o'clock today is our first meeting, and I wanted to come in and just chat with you about a little bit about the Mystic Business, but also about, what your heart is yearning for and that creative flow that flows through you and how to open that up and just allowing that creative force to move through you and guide you into your right path. So, um, I was writing this morning about remembering the time when I first realized I was working for someone else and I was putting my heart and soul into their business. I was excited to get it to grow. I worked long hours and I just put everything into this business. And all of a sudden, one day I realized it's like, it doesn't matter how hard I work or how much improvement is shown in this business. It's not going to make any difference to me in my life because it's not mine. And so the harder I work, the more they benefit, but I didn't. And I just thought, at that moment, I thought, oh my gosh, like if I put this much passion into my own business, that's going to make a huge difference for me. It's going to make a huge difference. And so that was kind of a big aha moment for me. And I knew that if I did put that much time and passion into my own business, that I would see the benefits. I would see the benefits in my time. I would see the benefits in my own sense of purpose and fulfillment. And I would also see the benefits in money, in abundance, right? Because if my business grows and expands, it directly impacts me and the work that I'm doing. And so that's when I first, got that entrepreneurship bug. And I was really tired of, working for someone else. I was really, really tired of, not having control over my own time and not being able to stop and take care of my kids when they were sick, right? Not like the pressure and of having to continually show up at a certain time every day, right? And being locked into that schedule. It was really um, grueling. It was very grueling, especially as a young mom, right? And I knew that if I could make the breakaway, that I would have flexibility. I wouldn't be limited. I was tired of putting all my creativity into something but not getting appreciated for it and not getting the results that, I felt were deserved. And so going into my own business is absolutely been so rewarding and fulfilling for me. And not only that, but I have the flexibility now, right? I have the flexibility to be with my grandkids, to go for a walk with my dogs, to go have a coffee with a friend. I can move things around and schedule my life, right? The way I want to schedule it. So are you like my question is, do you feel limited in your work? Are you tired of working for someone else? Are you tired of having your pay capped at a certain point where it could never move beyond that? And I think that's part of the entrepreneurship passion is being able to see and vision how much more your life could expand and grow, and that there is no cap, there is no ceiling, that you can grow and expand as much as you want. I think that a lot of people, though, really are afraid. They're afraid to take that step, or they feel like they don't have anything to give. And so, what I want you to do that today is to really think about What's your story, right? What's the story that you have lived through in your life? Perhaps, there are areas that you don't even realize where you could help. Maybe you could help young moms in some way. Maybe you have figured out and lived through those young years of having toddlers running around and still finding space for themselves, or helping them, have organizational days and creating activities. Maybe you could even teach creative art activities for kids online. Maybe you could help young women who struggle with infertility, right? So there's some amazing niches out there that you could tap into with the knowledge and the stories that you have lived through. Perhaps you have lived through some really, really difficult times and you can be there for support for someone else. And you can create a program that walks them through towards a brighter life and more hope. Maybe you are a gardening specialist and you can create some little videos about how to transplant and what to do in your garden and how to, oh my gosh, arrange your garden. That would be something really fabulous. Somebody that designs gardens. Maybe you love baking and you could be giving some little baking tips and recipes online, or maybe specialty baking like gluten-free baking, or all the different, health tips that you could be giving with food and nutrition. Maybe you're a photographer or want to be a great photographer and you just need to get your voice out there, get your images out there. Maybe you are a writer, right? So maybe you have been through something, right? Maybe you've been through something really, really hard and you're like, now that I know in hindsight, I could help so many people, walk them through that, walk them through grief, help them find the light again, right? There are so many different ways that you could create a business out of helping and coaching other people. Right now, online teaching and coaching is growing. And that is something that you could easily step into. And even if you feel like, oh, but I don't think I know enough about that, you continue to grow and learn. That's what we do. We continue to grow and learn and expand, and we learn along with our clients. But I'll tell you that I started the transition from classroom teaching to my online business a couple years ago. And I'm still teaching in the classroom part time, and I do my business part time. And this little side business has made me over $100,000 since I began. This little side business made me more money last month than my teaching in the classroom did. So, and I still have time. I still have time to come on and talk to you. I still have time to go walk my dogs, go play with my grandsons when we can. And I want you to know that it's not that hard, right? Imagine what you could give to people. Just expand and imagine. What would it be like? I remember several years ago, I was talking with a friend and he was telling me how the designers for the movie Frozen, the Disney movie Frozen, to get inspired, they took a trip to Norway and were sliding down hills and having fun to get into the inspirational mode for creating the movie, for the actual creative process of creating the characters and what they would do and how they would behave. And I said to him, oh my gosh, could you imagine a life of being able to be creative every day? Like just being in your creative mode? Well, that was the first time I thought about that. And I never thought it was possible, right? And now that's what I do, right? Every day that I'm working in my business, I'm in my creative flow. And the other thing I thought was, could you imagine having a day where you get to talk about your passion all day long? That's what you get to do with people. And that's what I get to do. I get to talk to them about connecting, aligning with their soul and living from their soul and really listening to that inspiration and that guidance and keep honing your energy so that it keeps attracting in the things that your heart is desiring. So I just want you to think about, what could you imagine that you could create? What would be the ideal job for you if you would get to do and then you fill it in all day long? That would be wonderful. Maybe it's, working with animals and dog training. Oh my gosh, you could easily be showing that online. There's so many niches out there that you could fit into. And so I don't want you to think, well, I have nothing to offer and I don't know what I would do. If you have that heart's desire to have your own business, then absolutely come join me and the group that's already started and that's already in the Mystic business, because that's what we are doing. This first week is all about the blueprint for the energetic foundation for your business and figuring out, where's my purpose? Where do I fit? What could I do? And so I have for you the steps that will walk you through that, that will connect you to your heart and your soul, and then slowly walk you into, what's my purpose? Where do I fit? What could I offer? It's going to be so much fun. And so that's what we will be doing. Imagine the flexibility you could have in having your own business, your own little side hustle. And I don't like using the word hustle because we don't hustle. It's all about ease and flow. But what could you do if you had that flexibility? Even if you had the ability to go part time in your job and move into your business slowly, or perhaps you have lost a job over this past year, or your job has morphed into something that you're just not happy with anymore, then it's time, right? And right now, oh my gosh, the soil is so fertile for you to come in to a business online or brick and mortar. Doesn't matter. We'll be covering this information that I am giving you is all about the energy, and it's good for both a brick and mortar and an online business. So that's where we are today. And so your card for today, oh my goodness, I have two that popped out. They're so perfect. The Direction Guardian. That is perfect because we're talking about, which direction do I go? The Direction Guardian says choose your path. There are always so many doors that are available to you. And what this is saying is basically that you just have to choose. You make the decision and follow your heart and go, this is what excites me. What lights me up, right? So, what is that passion? What gets you excited? What lights you up? What makes you sit up straight in your chair when you've been falling asleep before that? What is it that your heart is desiring to have more of in your life? And make that decision, because once you make that decision, then the power moves in, then the energy moves in to support you and to guide you. So the this is the perfect card. And the other card that popped out, you're not going to believe this, is the Great Teacher card. Okay, so you guys, these are for you. These came out. This is learn from spiritual experiences. This is perfect because they're connected. Because what you have to give is founded in what you have been through. What have you learned from? What spiritual experiences have come into your life that has helped your soul grow, that has helped you become wiser, right? That has helped you become more expanded, more knowledgeable, and that's the direction, that's the clue for you. So these are your cards for the day. I hope you enjoyed this. And the Mystic Business starts at 1 o'clock. So technically, the cart closes. Oh, it's 11:11 right now. Woo! The cart closes at about noon, so I can make sure to get you in. However, it will be recorded. So if you can't make it to our 1 o'clock meeting, it will be recorded for you. Okay, so there you go, you guys. The time is now. Don't set it aside any longer. Your ego is designed to keep you safe. And so you will always have one more thing that needs to get done, one more thing that you need to fix. Always, before you say, okay, I'm ready to start my business, right? There's always one more closet to clean out. There's always one more thing to check off the list. But you'll never be ready because that's what the ego does. And rising up above that is all about taking the power, taking the control yourself, saying, I'm going to do this. That's it. I need to make changes. I am so tired of the way things are going. I want to make changes. I want to help make a difference in this world. I want to start to live from my soul. I want to have more abundance and control in my life. So if that is you, then you need to be with the Mystic Business Group, and we will welcome you warmly. All right, I will see you later, and the link is in here. So everything you need to know, all the information, all the payment plans are in the link. Have a beautiful day, you guys. I'll see you later. Mwah.